kung bago ka pa lang po dito sa aking channel, please subscribe and click the notification bell icon. Thank you!
Hello mga ka-express, ito po yung full game ng laban ni ALEX EALA at ni Coco Gauff, kumbaga rematch. Itong pinaka-rematch nila kasi yung unang paghaharap nila mga ka-express ay doon sa Dubai, kung saan masyadong minasaker ni Coco Gauff si ALEX EALA 6-0 at 6-2. Yun po yung naging score in 2 straight sets. Pinalo po ni Coco Gauff ang ating kababayan si ALEX EALA. So this time, alam naman natin yung naging resulta ng laban nila ngayon. Pero gusto ko pa rin pong i-point out na ALEX EALA is already winning. Nananalo na si ALEX EALA nung nagkaroon po ng tinatawag na medical intervention yung laro nilang dalawa. Kasi nakita po dito sa video sa pagkatapos ng ng first set kung saan nilagyan ng bandage yung yung kanang kamay ni Coco Gauff. At medyo nakita naman natin doon sa last na point doon sa first set kung saan medyo pinapakita parang nangangalay nga naman yung kanang kamay ni Coco Gauff. Pero anyway, ang point lang po dito talagang handang-handa po si ALEX EALA at napakaganda nung estratehiya o ng diskarte na ginamit dito ni Alex. Kung mapupunan yung mga ka-express, ang ginamit dito ni ALEX EALA na strategy ay yung bola nilalagay niya lagi doon sa baseline. Kasi hirap na hirap doon si Coco Gauff. Hirap si Coco Gauff na ibalik yung bola pagka baseline na baseline talaga. Yung talagang tabi-tabi doon sa pinakaguhit doon sa dulo. Pag doon lumagpak ang bola, hirap na ibalik ni Coco Gauff. Kaya yun yung magandang diskarte. Although sa sa unang point, talagang medyo napakita ng gila si Coco Gauff. Talagang kabado ako ron. Habang nanonood ako ng live, kabado ako noon mga ka-express. So, wag na natin patagalin. Ito na po yung buong kabuang laban ni ALEX EALA kontra Coco Gauff. So, maraming salamat sa panunood. Thank you po sa lahat po ng aking mga subscriber. Enjoy the game.
December. I'm not sure if that was planned, but hey, it's a good little tie-in. As we look at Coco Gauff, the number 4 player in the world, you see the 11 titles to her name at just 21 years of age. Her highest ranking coming in June of last year, number 2. See the prize money, how about that for a 21-year-old? 31 million in the bank account, 1.2 million of that coming this year. She's had a great run so far to start the year, got to the semifinals in Dubai, also the quarterfinals of the Australian Open, 3-1 in singles at the United Cup. Always at the top of her game. She's got a few problems with her serve, which she's trying to work through. I think that'll be maybe a part of today's matchup that we'll talk about, but she's in fine form as she often is.
Yeah, she likes to play in Indian Wells. She's played her opponent just a few days ago. And yeah, that was a good match actually. High quality, good serving, good ground strokes, a lot of athleticism, and EALA has something to show today.
There's Alexandra EALA, the 32nd ranked player in the world, 31 seed in this tournament, just 20 years old, playing here for the first time. Won her first ever match in the second round, as we mentioned, defeating Yastremska. 1.6 million in earnings, 291,000 of that coming this year. You see the wins and losses, 11 wins, 6 losses. Hits a flat ground stroke, aggressive, solid return. Watch for the return to serve. Likes to hit the forehand down the line, moves really well, and throw in some drop shots too. She's a pretty good player for a young player, and she's got a lot to show.
Yeah, she's super talented, being a lefty as well, and she's made a breakthrough in 2025, made it to the top 100, and she seems to be improving all the time. We see her last meeting in Dubai just recently.
17 days ago, that matchup in the desert in Dubai, won by Gauff too. I'm sure it'll be a lot closer, you would have to think, in this matchup. Great shot overhead of Stadium 1. Look at that, great camera work. And this will be interesting to see what kind of crowd that we get. And it's going to be Jenny Zhang's job to keep the crowd semi-quiet. If she can, but it's not going to be easy. The Filipino crowd, there are going to be a lot of Filipino fans watching Eala, big Filipino following, and they like to get into it. Sometimes they get into it a little bit too much. Sometimes they get into it before the point's over, so they're still learning the sport, a lot of them. They haven't had a lot of big-name tennis players, hardly any tennis players that they've been able to watch, so they'll have to try and be subdued if they can. So it'll be interesting to see Gauff playing in the U.S. with an American crowd and Eala with a Filipino crowd. There should be some noise in the building tonight, which will be nice.
Great atmosphere.
We saw the weather. It's a nice night for tennis. 29 degrees, beautiful skies as the sun begins to set in the desert. I'm sure we'll get some really nice sunset pics along the way as we look at the win probability. Gauff 81%. What do you think of that? A little high, maybe?
Maybe a little high, yeah. Maybe they're taking into consideration their last meeting.
Gauff won that quite handily, 6-love, 6-2. So a few more serves, a couple returns, and we'll get this matchup underway. Gauff, not afraid to play the left-handers, 19-4 in her career against lefties. She's won 16 of the last 17 against lefties, so no issue playing a left-hander. Obviously the more experienced player of the two, even though just a year older than Eala. She's been on the tour since she was 15 years old. Time flies when you're having fun and winning titles. Evening session about to get underway. The third round, WTA 1000, BNP Paribas Open in Indian Wells. Coco Gauff, the number 4 player in the world, the number 4 seed against Alexandra Eala, 32 in the world, the number 31 seed. This should be a fun one. Looking forward to it on Stadium 1 on this Sunday evening, International Women's Day. As Alexandra Eala won the toss, she will serve to start this best-of-3 set match. John Horn and Tina Krizan with you to take you through this one. Pretty quiet around the grounds right now. Just one doubles match underway other than this match right now. On the women's side, it's quiet. There's a few men's matches. This is a joint event, of course. For Eala to get off to a good start here, especially after what happened in the last meeting. I'm sure she has that in the back of her mind a little bit.
Yeah, she certainly does, and she looked like she was ready to go there in a warm-up. Must have had a good warm-up.
Off to a bit of a shaky start. Noticed throughout the year, called a couple of her matches, and she's been known to get off to a little bit of a slow start. 2 early break point chances for Gauff. Goes long, and Gauff does get the break. Decent rally between the two early on. It's not the way.
Just goes about her business. She knows she has to have a good start here.
Eala has played some top 5 players before, a couple of those in the Miami run that she had last year. Iga Swiatek, Madison Keys for a couple of her wins, but she's got 3 losses against top 5 players, one of those coming against Gauff, of course. Early, Tina, because we're just starting the match, but
athleticism is one of her strengths for sure. One of the fittest, like you said, on tour. Coco Gauff, it's a big advantage for her. Yala fairly new on the tour, especially at this level, so she's got things to learn. But tonight is a very good opportunity to do so.
They don't like seeing that right out of the gate because we'll talk a lot, I'm sure, about the Gauff serve, the second serve, but already a double in this first game. Gauff's had a lot of issues with double faults over the last year and a half or so. Led the tour in double faults last year, 431, 131 more than player who had the second most doubles. She's already got 113 double faults this year, which leads the tour. Goes off the frame. And that ball went to San Diego, I think.
Yeah, great strike. And hitting from Yala.
Tough crowd.
Framed it completely.
10 doubles in her second round win. Yala with a break chance. There's another. So 2 double faults in the first game for Gauff, and to break a piece to start things off. And this is the trouble that Gauff's been having, just really struggling with that second serve. Had 16 double faults in one match this year, 14 in another, 12 in a couple of others, and as we mentioned, 10.
A good height on the forehand from Gauff.
If you're nervous out there, are you going to hit more balls long, or are you going to hit more balls into the net? What's the general consensus?
Maybe long, but I think it's good that she's putting the height over the net.
That's a great return from Gauff. Sets that ball up nicely.
Which, reduces the mistakes into the net, which at this level are almost unnecessary. It's all right to miss long, but to miss into the net is a bad mistake. Good ball toss.
Yeah, that's a great high toss.
Stretches up.
Great look at the ALEX serve. Another ball goes long. So not exactly a serving clinic to start from either player. Certainly a big stage for Yala. She's been on the big stage a lot, obviously, with the following that she's had and the crowds that have followed her. She gets onto the big courts quite regularly, but this is a little bit different than Dubai. Bigger atmosphere, more people, bigger stadium, playing on Gauff's home turf as well. So 3 breaks of serve in the first 3 games. The server's only won 4 points through these first 3 games. It's Gauff with the lead as we get this match underway. So 3 games played, 3 breaks of serve. Coco Gauff will try to change that. Evening session at Indian Wells. This is the 3rd round. Here this match gets Linda Noskova in the 4th round. That's a good second serve.
Yeah, it's quite a heavy second serve, almost 100 miles an hour. Once she gets that second serve consistent and going and really confident about it, it's going to be one of the best second serves on women's tour. So it's still a work in progress, but it's looking good and smooth when she hits it correctly. Good ball toss as well.
Crushes that return. Take that, says ALEX EALA.
She's quite brave standing inside the baseline on that second serve, just hitting it on the rise, and very good timing.
It's also a smart tactic too, because I'm sure she's aware of the Gauff troubles with the second serve, so maybe trying to throw her off just a little bit. It's too good.
Does look very, very focused, Gauff.
Watching on. academy in New York since she was 13 years old. Got to meet Nadal late last year. Gave her some advice on how to hit the forehand, of course, both being lefties. Shot from ALEX threw Gauff off a little bit there. Smart tactical move.
I did like the change up on the slice on the forehand, the low slice.
Filipino contingent watching on. It's gonna be a little bit loud tonight. Kind of like it. It's a good atmosphere. Kind of U.S. Open like. Great return from ALEX. She's trying to jump on that second serve. And she's doing it successfully. There's fans like that. Chance now for ALEX to get back to even ground. Another potential service break. We've already seen 3 service breaks already. Inside the baseline again. That was a great second serve, nice and deep.
Well, if somebody's standing that close when you're serving, it's quite a good idea to go into the body. Gives you less time to react.
There's the Gauff team watching on, coaches. Gavin McMillan, the guru, the biomechanic guy to work on the serve for Gauff. He's been brought in. Stuck in the Middle East for a little bit, he was. Oh, a chance there. There's McMillan on the left there in the glasses. Some good second serves in this game from Gauff.
Yeah. Good ball toss, slightly to the left, high enough.
But ALEX is making Gauff hit good second serves the way that she's positioned. Standing inside the baseline. Problem though for serve percentage, very low. Just over 30% early on in these first 2 games. Spoke too soon. But it's a good strategical move as Gauff camp tries to get behind their player. It's a good strategical move though, because ALEX knows that Gauff is having trouble with that second serve. She's standing inside the baseline. She's forcing Gauff to hit a good second serve. That's a good combo. Need to get more first serves in. 6 of 17 early on, 35% for Gauff.
With her eyes, the focus. It's the whole body weight into the shot.
Took a little pace off that first serve, just 80 miles an hour. 88 miles per hour, pardon me.
Yeah, when you're missing a lot of first serves, it's good to start mixing it up. Perhaps take the pace off, put a little bit more topspin on it.
Fourth deuce of this fourth game. ALA holding strong and sets up another chance to break.
Big game here for both players.
Chance for another break. Serve. So 4 service games, 4 breaks of serve. The crowd is already getting into it.
This match is going to have a different look to the match in Dubai, that's for sure.
Yeah, you get the sense already that this match could go deep into the third set even. Just get this feeling that both players a little nervy, but been some good shots already. Have to figure ALA's figured some things out since that loss in Dubai not long ago. Oh, look at that, the drop shot and then the forcing Gauff to come to that and then the pass.
Drop shot Gauff, it really needs to be good. She was out of the court here because she's so fast, gets to the ball really well and moves well forward as well, and the passing shot needed to be equally good.
Another nice shot from ALA, this time forehand style down the line.
And she's definitely stepped up with the pace from Dubai. In Dubai, Gauff was more powerful from the baseline. And here, ALA is stepping in and taking charge. Strong legs.
ALA's playing in her 12th career 1,000 event. So service hold finally in this third round matchup, and it's ALEX EALA who does it at love. So good start to this match. Entertaining tennis. ALA 3-2. 11. So go to work on Gauff's shoulder and arm area and see what they can come up with. Didn't see anything at any point. It was really just in that game that it sort of started. I mean, I guess the one positive in this situation is that it's her left arm and shoulder, not her right. So, I mean, you still need that left arm, obviously, with a two-handed backhand and the toss of the serve. But
well, she seems to be a bit surprised. I don't think she knows exactly what's going on. Maybe a pool, I don't know. Hopefully not a flare.
well, I think she's sort of saying that she can't, there's no real reactions of pain at all. Did you notice that? And she's, the physio sort of playing around with the shoulder and poking around, and doesn't really seem to be any sort of, wow, that's an area that hurts or anything. So it's interesting. So a little bit of concern is Mom there on the left, which is on. I'm sure Dad is around somewhere. Gets all nervous. He doesn't like to watch matches. He usually hangs out in the concourse or somewhere, or walks around during matches now. He used to sit and watch matches, but likes to move around a little bit. Ciala is doing some stretching. The ball out there to stretch out her glute area, or thigh area by the looks of it. See any players, any kind of disturbance to their body. This is a tough moment too for Gauff, because we're in the third round of Indian Wells here. It's a long way to go in the tournament, and then you got to turn around and play Miami after that. So it's a busy stretch of tennis, and she's played a lot of tennis. She played both events in the Middle East. She played Dubai and Doha. Some of the top players took a pass on at least one of those events. Gauff has been playing right through, started with the United Cup, then the Australian Open, then Doha and Dubai. So, concerning times, I'm sure, for her and the team. Exactly sure what could be the problem.
She thinks it's a muscle, I think.
I think she said it doesn't feel like a muscle, I think she said.
Have that appeal.
So, we'll see how this transpires, I'm sure, at the end of the set, whether it's after this game or maybe it's deeper into the set. That Gauff will get some more attention. The physio will stick around courtside just in case. It's tough to come out of a medical timeout and then have to immediately go back to the line and serve. I just think it's easier for the returner. Gauff with new balls, serving 2-5. Both those serves not even close. Not sure what Gauff is doing there. Just left that ball. But look.
She's testing the waters. I don't know what's going on. It was right there.
It's a smart play from Ayala, but it goes wide. You get the sense really that Gauff's playing a little careful right now. She's not sure what this problem is with her left arm or shoulder. So you're stretching it out a little bit there. That'll help.
Yeah, that was so perfect. Leading to the serve before the toss.
It's not that often when you watch a Coco Gauff match that the opponent is the one dictating the points, and in this case, she's recognizing perhaps that Gauff playing hurt right now and certainly uneasy on her serve. Has not been able to hold serve in this set. Now set point for world number 32. Another double fault. 7 double faults. And you know what? I think Coco Gauff realizes she got broken in all 4 service games in that set. And Coco Gauff loses the set 6 games to 2, and now the physio is back to figure out what may be wrong. Tough way for the set to end. Gorgeous skyline of the Coachella Valley, Indian Wells, Palm Springs, BNP Paribas Open, as Coco Gauff has a quick word with her team, trying to figure out what she can do here to get back into this match. Dropped the first set 6-2, did not hold serve in any of her 4 service games. Still shaking out that arm. She was saying that the pain was running up her whole arm, but she was feeling it more in her forearm where it's been all taped up.
Yeah, she certainly looks a little bit concerned about the whole thing.
I think anytime you have an injury, you've got to be concerned, but I think it's more concerning when you don't know exactly what it is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you wonder what's going on, and you don't want to make it worse.
There's Mom, who looks a bit concerned, as she should. Gauff looks like she's playing concerned. She looks like she's playing like she's not sure what's going on.
Yeah.
She doesn't have that crispness and the shot making that we're used to seeing these last 2-3 games.
Yeah, she's certainly thinking about it.
That drops in.
So good.
Whoever that tennis fan is cheering for.
Look how low she is with her legs. It's through the shot, no hesitation whatsoever. Stands through the ball.
Goes long. So ALEX holds to start set number 2. Winning the opening set 6-2. Good start for her. Quite the reversal from when they played 17 days ago in Dubai. And look, you can't just put this all on the Gauff injury. ALEX played well before Gauff showed any sign of trouble. So she's full credit for this lead.
It happened towards the end of the first set, didn't it? The injury.
4-2 game. Could be sort of we started to notice things. The 4-2 game, I suppose. In case you're wondering, Coco Gauff has only retired from a match once in her career. And that was in Cincinnati in 2022. So Coco Gauff's not a player that retires from matches very often. Last 23 points, 17 won by EALA. 18 of 24 now.
I think she's feeling it. It's concerning.
Frustrating. Catches the line. Nice tap of the racket from Gauff.
She's completely in the zone tonight, EALA. Look at her. Again, her eyes so focused, wide open.
Another chance now for ALEX EALA to get a break. Coco Gauff, you haven't said this many times, has not held serve in this match. Not a lot on these first serves either. It's good from EALA. Smart tennis. Pulling out all the different tricks.
Yeah.
And you know what? Coco Gauff is calling it a night. That's unfortunate. Just the second time Coco Gauff has retired. That's tough to see. As Coco Gauff retires just for the second time in her career. And that is unfortunate, but for ALEX EALA, she gets the win. What a nice exchange. That was nice to see.
Very gracious from Coco Gauff.
That almost summarizes International Women's Day right there. What a nice moment. Tough moment for ALEX. She wants to celebrate because she's into the fourth round of Indian Wells, but tough to see a great player like Coco Gauff not be able to finish the match. And the nice words from Coco Gauff at the net, actually explaining what the injury was, and even after explaining to EALA what happened and shaking the umpire's hand, EALA came back over a second time. And that's a special moment.
Alexandra, so many emotions right now. First of all, accept to play against an injured player? I am sure your heart is breaking for Coco right now.
Yes. First and foremost, I want to say Happy Women's Day, everybody. Bear with me because I have a lot to say. I want to say thank you to all the incredible women who have paved the way and who have advocated for themselves and for other women. Among them is Coco. So thank you, Coco, for being an amazing competitor and amazing role model. And I really hope that everything is well and you will recover soon. I also want to say Happy Women's Day to my mom, who is there in the stands. I want to thank her for being the amazing woman that she is and for helping me become the woman that I am. So, and that goes to all mothers. Yeah, so back to your question, I really didn't want to win this way, but this is still a really big moment for me to be able to play on Stadium 1 of Indian Wells and against such a great competitor. I'm really grateful to be here and I'm super happy. Yeah.
Also, Alexandra, to the Filipino community, you are such a role model, and I'm sure you want to say something to your Filipino fans as well.
Yes, mabuhay mga kababayan. Nandito tayo sa California. Maraming salamat sa support at magkita tayo sa next round. Yeah.
Okay, so real quick, since we have a couple minutes, to talk about the kind of tennis you played. I was in Miami with you last year. You had huge wins against Ostapenko, Madison Keys, Paula Badosa, Iga Swiatek. They go on and on and on. I was able to hand you your first 125K in trophy in Mexico last year. You're so humble, but at the same time, you're making huge strides in your game. What is the key to this success? Not all of a sudden, but this kind of tennis that you're playing now. I know you owe it all to your mom, right?
And some to my dad too. Yeah, I think like you said, I do my best to be humble and keep my feet on the ground because I am surrounded by so many amazing players, and tennis is a really humbling sport because you really learn how to lose and you learn to be self-aware, so I owe it all to tennis. Yeah.
All right, well, keep it up. Keep up the good work. Welcome to Indian Wells. Welcome to the big stage. You deserve to be here. Keep it up. Ladies and gentlemen, Alexandra EALA.
You know, I have to say, that could be one of the best post-match speeches I've ever heard. Just said all the right things, and just a incredible young woman, 20 years old. What a future she has. If the sponsors already aren't lining up, they're going to line up in droves after what she just said there. International Women's Day, too, to say all that. Great moment.
Very emotional, very mature, just very good for sport. And Coco Gauff as well said some nice words about her. She was also very humble and gracious in defeat, not feeling great, not knowing what's wrong with her injury, and still admitting that she said, "You played great," which she did. She played amazing tennis tonight, EALA, and she deserved to win the first set, at least.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's the future of women's tennis. Coco Gauff and ALEX EALA. EALA just 20 years old. Coco Gauff, 21 years old, already Grand Slams in her back pocket, 11 career titles. And if ALEX EALA keeps playing the way that she did tonight, before Coco Gauff was injured, she's got a long career in front of her. She already had some great moments, and this is a big moment for her, although she wished it wouldn't have ended the way it did. Here's the numbers, just under an hour.
Yeah, 9 winners, 12 unforced errors. Quite a lot of unforced errors from Coco Gauff, actually. But from the baseline, EALA was really, really strong and really powerful and good. It was a big difference to the match in Dubai. And Coco Gauff struggled a little bit with the serve, especially second serve. Look at the percentage, 27%, only second serves won. That was a liability, but I'm sorry for the injury and hope that EALA does well in the next round.
So EALA now 11 wins this year, the most by any left-handed player on tour. She'll now take on Linda Noskova, the 14 seed in the
So ayan po, napanood niyo po yung kabuuan ng laban ni Alex EALA kontra dito po kay Coco Gauff, kung saan nanalo si Alex EALA through walkover ni Coco Gauff sa second set po. So alam naman natin na maganda yung naging laro ni Alex EALA. Nangyari lang na medyo nagkaroon ng ng injury si Coco Gauff, pero kakayanin yun ni Alex. Pero itong matindi mga ka-express, itong susunod na mga kalaban ni Alex ay si Linden Noskova. Bagamat rank 14 to, pero ang statistic nito napakatindi mga ka-express. Ang service games won niya ay 76.6%. Samantalang ang service first serve won ay 71.5%. So, isipin nyo na lang kung gaano kalakas to pumalo, kung gaano ang kalakas ang unang service nito. Pero anyway, lalaban at lalaban si Alex EALA. Yan yung kababayan na natin na merong mentalidad na never say die. So, prayer ang kailangan ni Alex EALA para siya manalo. Maraming salamat po. Thank you.